Hi Sagittarius, my name is Audrey Alison and this is your December 2014 forecast for the month. I'm very happy to be here. I want to jump right in and start off with Mars. Mars is actually transiting into Aquarius on December 4th. This is affecting your third house of communication. Mars is the planet of energy and passion and drive and will and ambition. And moving into this third house is giving an emphasis on your communication style, but also the news and the information that you're receiving at this time is heightened. Also your action with siblings or reaction. Actually, no, reaction would be the moon. I take that back. Your action and energy with siblings is what's being focused from the 4th of December for about 60 days. Now, you could actually watch your tone because Mars, to its detriment, is aggressive and angry. So you want to watch how you're communicating with siblings, especially because they rule the third house as well as the communication. So keep an eye on that. But if anything, this is giving energy to pursue local interests and local travel. And also just making what you say very, you're very emphatic and determined with Mars in your speech sector. Also, if you need to get any writing done or manuscripts, editing, revising, reviewing, this is excellent for that. It's really a catalyst for a lot of action, getting a lot of work accomplished. On the 6th of December, we have our full moon at 14 degrees Gemini, your polar opposite sign. It is your 7th house of relationships, your soulmate sector. Having a full moon in your relationship sector will bring an awareness to the relationship that needs to be addressed. Something that was hidden is now seen. Something is illuminated that needs to be addressed. Now, 7th house could be business partnerships, intense partnerships, relationships, not friendships, but something where you would consider them an extension of yourself, business partnership, committed relationship, marriage. For those of you in relationships that you're kind of deciding if you want to stick it out because Christmas is coming up and you're like, I don't want to break up with them before Christmas. I don't know why I'm saying this. I know I'm channeling this for you, Sag. You might end a relationship if you're already thinking of it. It's not like suddenly going to be ending. It could dismantle a little bit around that time, but if your relationship is already having issues, you could see it, dismantle on the 6th or dissipate for the good and betterment of everyone involved. But for those of you who are doing really well in relationships, the full moons tend to bring out a secret here or there. So pay attention to what information is coming in around there because you could hear something about your partner. I wouldn't react to it. I would listen and perhaps bring this up a few days later when you have Mars really working for you and the full moon's kind of passed. For those of you who aren't in relationships, perfect. It means that you're not going to have to deal with the ending of something in the 7th, but something could be illuminated where you think you might realize what it is you really want out of a partner at this time. And hidden, secretive information could be coming to you, downloaded through dreams or intuition, which is what the full moon is, our intuitive self. The 8th of December, Jupiter, who's stationed in your sister fire sign Leo, retrogrades at 22 degrees. So, this is your 9th house, which is the house that you normally rule on the astrological wheel. This is foreign travel and adventure, and philosophy, religion, and higher education. Having Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance and growth and expansion, retrograde, I'm not too mad at that because he's not like a Mercury retrograde where he slows things down, that things don't happen smoothly anymore. I'm comparing this Jupiter retrograde to a time release capsule that you would take. Instead of getting big bursts of optimism and big luck and expansion all at once. This is a slow time release now with Jupiter retrograde. He doesn't take away the luck. He just disperses it a little bit slowly. So the magic comes seeping out of him. I like that. You are probably, since Jupiter is in your 9th house, you're probably traveling more than you ever have outside of the country you live in, going the distance, or you're getting educated. You could be also changing your worldview and philosophy in a very big way with Jupiter there. On the 10th of December, Venus enters Capricorn, and from the 10th on, your second house of finance is really lit up. Your second house of money is where it's at, because that's where you hold Capricorn. And Venus is the planet of love and money. So for the planet of love and money to go into your money sector, amazing transit, amazing placement. And I love a Venus transit. It's one of my faves. But she's going to be conjunct Pluto when she gets there, because Pluto's hanging out in Capricorn for years. Pluto is so intense that when he creeps up, or a planet creeps near him, he's emanating this intensity. He's, real tiny, real cold, but he's deep. He's deep and he means it, and he's intense. So Venus linking up with him makes her energy more intense, and she beautifies. She smooths over. And in your money house, this is some good, intense money coming in. But check this out, because not just Pluto and Venus will be in the second house, they're going to meet up with Mercury, who goes in there on the 16th in the second house. Communications about money, information about where to put your money, where to save, how to budget, where to invest. I'm a little bit ahead of myself, because on the 15th of December, right before, Mercury goes in to meet Venus, we're going to have our Uranus-Pluto square activated again on the 15th and the 16th. Also again in March. But for now, Uranus, who's stationed in Aries, another sister fire sign, you got this grand fire happening with Uranus in Aries, Jupiter in Leo, and Mars. It's just, all right, it's going to be tense. Uranus-Pluto is tense. This is going to pit your 5th house against your 2nd house. So the creative ways you earn money, for those of you freelancers or artists who are relying on income for individual endeavors, of creative endeavors, these 2 days could feel very tense and frustrating, like nothing's going to work out. Try not to react to the energies on the 15th and 16th, because this is not how it's really going to be throughout the rest of the month. It's a tense period of an exact 12-degree square, which is making things feel impossible, and almost intensely so, between your 2nd house of income and the 5th house. 5th house of children or romance as well. But to me, it makes sense for money that you receive from creative endeavors or artistic, even gambling. Not a great day to gamble, Sag. Ugh, it would actually, you'd lose. If you gamble from the 15th and 16th, I'm not liking that. I'm thinking that's a loss, that's tension, it's frustration. You don't want to mix, 5th house of gambling with the 2nd house of money. And no sports betting on that day either, because the 5th house is sports and gambling combined with the 2nd house of money. It's not a great income day. Or 15th, 16th. Okay, so 16th, Mercury goes into Capricorn. So you've got Mercury, Venus, and Pluto conjunct in your 2nd house of finance. But then, on the 21st, the sun leaves your sign and enters Capricorn, as well as the new moon at 0 degrees Capricorn on the same bloody day. So this is lighting up your 2nd house, where all of the previous planets are conjunct. These are personal planets as well. And giving the sun's warmth, the initiating factor of the new moon at 0 degrees. Not every new moon is at 0 degrees. So you're starting something new in your money sector. I'm probably going to pull a lot of coin cards for you, Sag. So on the 21st, I would absolutely focus your annual intention on how you want to earn money and how much you want to earn. Write it all down. Really concentrate on where you want to be fiscally, because you've got a plethora of planetary support in that sector. It's huge and rare. So think big about that. Now on the 23rd, this is a transit a lot of people are discussing, and I will be writing an article about this on my website in December, but Saturn is leaving Scorpio and entering your sign. Saturn is a planet that transits every 2.5 to 3 years. He takes 27 to 30 years to go around the complete zodiac, so he'll spend 2.5 to 3 in each sign. And he is a planet of restructure and control and restriction and lessons learned, reshaping and realigning you. He's entering your first house of self. There will be a physical transformation within the next 2.5 years with the self, with the body, but also with the mind and how you are thinking about the self. You know, you've heard of the expression Saturn return, I'm assuming. A Saturn return is, you know, compared to your natal chart where Saturn is placed in your birth chart, when he gets back to that area, usually your Saturn return will start between the age of 27 and 30, depending on the degrees in your natal chart. But when he reaches that area again, that's his return, and he has restructured you, and you can tend to go through crises or feel uncomfortable, because Saturn can make things uncomfortable, but it's really only for the betterment of our life and our path. If he sees you, or the energy of the planet sees you, because we all contain this energy within our own bodies. So this feeling of Saturn is what is the catalyst for you to want to make changes and to realign the path you are on. So there is a reshifting occurring for you from the 23rd of December for the next 2.5 years. But it's for the betterment, because you won't see this MF for another 27 years. So, you know, take advantage of it. It's not the end of the world by any means. So it's just a restructuring of even the habits, daily self, the habits, the patterns. Let's get to the cards. I've got a few minutes, and I want to see what the overall message for Sagittarius will be for 2014. Queen of Swords. Making a decision, but you could be a little bit bitter about a decision that's already made. Four of Swords. I pulled this card several times. The thinker, analyzing, thought, meditation, going within, confidence, Nine of Cups, perspective, the wish card, feeling secure and self-assured, removing insecurities, and the King of Cups, your psychic ability and self-fulfillment. This is how I would read these cards together. You know, you are receiving or downloading information, you're downloading a new perspective is what's happening. And I feel like you've achieved something, or you made a decision because you've achieved something. You've made it very clear what it is you want versus what it is you do not. And what has led you there is your intuition. Dreams, premonition, guidance. You know, I didn't pull the coin cards like I thought I would pull for you, but I really feel like this is a deeper message, and I feel like it's an intense message having to do with Saturn leaving the water sign of Scorpio. This would be a Scorpio card. I really feel like you've reached a point in your life that you didn't think you'd obtain, and it is time for achievement. You can pat yourself on the back and don't neglect what it is you've accomplished. You've really successfully handled all of these tasks, and now you can kind of bask in the glory a little bit and praise yourself. Thank you so much, Sag. My name is Audrey Alison. If you'd like to read with me, you can book with me at audreyallison.com. I'm also on Facebook at Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. Have a beautiful December and a sweet day. I'll see you next month. Bye.